everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys? Happy to be with you today and bring you another fun project. I have been having so much fun with you, and I'm so happy that you're joining me here today for this live stream premiere. We are making my Lollipop Fall Treat Box, and how fun is it to have a lollipop in a box? Pretty cool, right? So we're going to make this little box, and see, out pops the lollipop. A little hole in the top so that the stick can go through. We are going to have so much fun. Okay, we are using the Pick of the Patch stamp set. I'm using a little black and white gingham ribbon. Isn't that pretty? And some stylish shapes for our circle on our box. So let me get these guys out of the way. We're going to get right to it. We're using a piece of 5.5 by 4 3/4 of basic gray cardstock. And of course, what are we going to do but do a little scoring? So on the long side, the 5.5 inch side, we are going to score at 1 1/4, 2.5, 3 3/4, and 5. Okay, and on the short side, so we're going to turn it counterclockwise, we're going to go 1 1/4, 3, and 4 1/4. Okay. We're going to burnish on all sides, so let's bring out the bone folder. And here's our last score mark. All right, so we have a piece here. It has a short border and a short border, and then these are square, 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 rectangle, rectangle, rectangle. This is our main box portion. These pieces up here are going to be the little tab that tucks into the box, this little tab right here, and then these little side tabs, okay? And then the bottom of the box is going to be these square pieces. So this is where we're going to adhere. So let's start up the right side, and we're going to cut there first. So we're going to get rid of this rectangle at the bottom. We don't need it because we are going to be having just these 4 boxes to close the bottom of our box. Okay, so let's get rid of this one. And I'm going to angle this piece here, which will give me an angled piece to adhere my to my box, and it helps not have so much bulk in here. So we're going to also get rid of these 2 squares here and these 2 squares here. So we're going to just come straight up here, get rid of that score, and we're going to cut this piece away. Okay, I'm going to show you what we have so far. Okay, that's what we have so far. So this has come out of here like this, and this one has come out of here like this. Now, we don't need this rectangle, and we don't need this rectangle. These 2 are going to become the sides of the box to get put to the inside. So let's go ahead and get rid of this rectangle here. And I'm going to angle trim this piece, angle trim this piece, and we're going to get rid of this other rectangle. Okay, and I'm going to put them up there. I'm going to show you what I've cut so far again, and then we're going to do a little more. Okay, so there's that one, there's that one, and here's this one. Okay, that's what's been cut away so far. All right, we need to cut up these pieces to form the bottom of our box, and we need to cut down these pieces because this is the top flap of the box. It just has a piece that tucks in, so we need to cut those. Let's go ahead and do that first. So we're going to cut straight down this score line and this score line. Okay, that's the box lid that's going to get tucked. Okay, now these are the sides. We don't want this score mark in the way, so we're going to go ahead and cut that completely out. And let's do the other one as well. I like to keep my boxes straight and no bulk, okay? So these are going to be the flaps. We don't want them to overlap because we need a hole here, and these are going to be in the way. So we have to cut tabs. I'm going to move this down, and we're going to cut across, and we want less than half because we want the center of this piece to have the lollipop stick through it, so we can't have anything in the way. So we're going to cut it a little less than half, about to a 1/2 inch. So this tab should be about a 1/2 inch tab. Just eyeball it. Doesn't matter if it's not perfect. All right, I'm going to put it all up here, and then I'm going to do the bottom. So we've cut this piece away and this piece away. Okay. All right, now let's go ahead and cut our bottom pieces. So these I'm going to cut on both sides of the score line, and then we're going to trim that little snippet out of here. Okay, let's do all of them that way. So it's going to be 3 cuts. And then this is going to be the bottom of the box where the lollipop sits upside down on that portion of the box. One more. So we've cut away quite a bit of our box, but literally all we need are our bottom, our sides, and our top lid, and then the 2 little hinges for the side. So this is going to come around like this. This is where we're going to put our adhesive. It's going to put our box together right there. These little flaps are going to get turned in. See, that gap is going to give us the room so that when we have our lollipop stick, it's not going to be in the way. And then this is going to be our bottom. So there's our box. What do you guys think? Pretty easy box. All right. All right, walk you step by step to what cut. You can watch the video as many times as you want and put it together. So let's go ahead and put some adhesive right here, and we're going to go ahead and assemble this little box, okay? So this is the piece that gets adhesive, and we're gonna match that up to it and press it into place, okay? Go ahead and press that down. All right, let's do some DSP. So we are gonna put a piece on the bottom and the sides. So we have 4 pieces for the sides, and this is from the Garden Walk Designer Series paper. Really beautiful paper. I really liked this color pattern. So these pieces of DSP are 1 1/8 by 1 5/8. Okay. And this piece is 1 1/8 by 1 1/8. If you don't want any DSP on the bottom, that's okay. You don't have to have it. I'm going to leave mine to the side. We're going to glue all the sides on first. You can also glue that piece on the top, but I really like the gray showing at the top, so I'm not putting mine at the top. So I'm just going to go ahead and wiggle on some glue onto all these pieces, and then I will glue them one at a time onto my box. All right. Grab my tweezers. All right, so these are going to go one at a time onto these box pieces. Okay, we have just a small amount showing, a 1/16 of an inch. Let's grab our next one, and then we're going to flip to the other side and do those. I hope that you're enjoying so far. This is a pretty easy, quick, and fun box. I like doing lollipops because I like eating lollipops. All right, I'm going to open this and make sure that I have all my sides properly aligned and I'm happy with the placement. And if I'm not, this is the time to wiggle them into place. I think I am happy with all of them, but this is where you would do a little wiggle room, a little moving, a little shifting, okay? Now, this box is gonna close at the back, so these flaps are gonna come in like this, which means This is the front of the box. I'm going to leave that one open. I'm going to put both the side tabs in. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on top of that second side tab. I'm going to close the back. I'm going to make sure it's square. I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive, and we're going to close the bottom of our box, and then we can go ahead and attach our 1/8 1 1/8 by 1 1/8 inch square on the bottom of our box. So cute. I like how finished it is, even though it's on the bottom and you don't need it. It's really pretty if you lay your box on the side or whatever. All right, so now we got to do our hole in the middle. How are we going to find the center? I'm just going to eyeball it. And I'm going to take a pencil. I'm going to put this down so I have a square, and I'm just going to find the center the best I can of my box, okay? If it's not completely perfect, it's going to be good enough, I promise you, okay? You can always measure in and in, but I'm not doing that. I'm just eyeballing it, okay? I'm going to use my handheld 1/8 of an inch punch. If you don't have it, I will link it in the description of the video, and give it a punch. That's where the hole is going to be. And then you're going to take your pick tool, and you're going to kind of wiggle it around in that hole and kind of stretch it a little so that the lollipop fits through there really easily, okay? So we're going to go ahead and push that through, and we're going to push some of the paper through, which is why we had to wiggle it a little, okay? And once we have our lollipop ready to go in our box, we're going to kind of pinch our box a little bit like this, but not hard where it's going to give it a crease, just enough to push the blow pop inside, okay, and get it to sit nicely. And we're going to put the two sides in, press that down, and once we have that in place, we're going to go ahead and put our tab inside. All right, that's how you put it in. If you have any stray pieces from cutting your corners or whatever, you can snip those. I'm just going to look all the way around, because sometimes I have, when I cut on both sides of the score line, I have a few little stray pieces in the corner of cardstock, but it's not usually very much. All right, so this is the back of the box where the tab goes in, okay? So this is the front. And on the front of this one, we have our thanks so much and our little gourd. Isn't it cute? I think so. Let's get to work and make ours, okay? So I have my stylish shape circle, and it is the third from the inside. So not the littlest, not the next one, but the one after that, okay? Or the fourth from the outside. And we are going to stamp the gourd first. So we're going to stamp it in Calypso Coral ink. Remember, tap, 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 don't smash. And we're going to get that gourd kind of, I'm going to bring it down here so I can see a little better, to the right and over, okay? Like that. There is our gourd. Clean that. We're done with this color. And the next thing we're going to do is our little stem and our little vine. I don't know what I did with the stem. Did I put it back? I hope I didn't lose it. It's very possible that I lost, yeah, I think I might have lost the stem. I have been doing so many projects. It might have fallen off, but I'm sure it will show up. So I'm just going to use the tip of the curly Q to make the stem for right now, because I don't know where it is, but I'll find it. Don't worry. If you ever lose a stamp, don't panic, because it always shows up. All right, so I'm just going to touch a tiny bit, and I'm going to go back in again and just put it right next to it. And no one will know that the stem is missing, okay? I'll show you. See? Fabulous. All right, so we're going to ink up the rest of that little curly Q, okay? And we're going to butt it up there next to that stem. like it's coming off of that piece. All right. And then we're going to take, this is Lost Lagoon ink. Then we're going to take Pretty Peacock. We're going to ink it in. Tap, tap, tap. Remember, don't smash. And we're going to stamp right over the top of our gourd. Thanks so much. All right. Onward and upwards. So next we're going to use dimensionals and we're going to put them on our box. One there, one there. Okay. Let's put one for good measure. Actually, I'm going to use minis. I'm going to do one here, and one in the middle. All right. Let's pull the backs off. Take your pick tool to the rescue. Come on, there we go. And we're going to attach our sentiment straight onto our box. And the last step is the ribbon. I've used 8 inches of gingham ribbon, and I'm going to tie a bow. I'm going to go ahead and do the knot first, and then I will loop my bow and tie it. And then we'll trim the ends, make it pretty. Don't forget, I'm tying on camera. It may not be perfect. All right. Hey, not bad, not bad. Not bad for camera. All right. And we're just gonna pull slowly my loops, holding that knot in place, and I'm gonna trim off. I don't know if I need to trim. I might just need to angle cut my ribbon pieces. Just gonna give it a little small haircut on an angle and on an angle. Love that. What do you guys think? You wouldn't even know that the stem is missing, right? Not bad, not bad. What did we use today to make this? Pick of the patch. We used our 3 ink pads, which were our Pretty Peacock, Lost Lagoon, and Calypso Coral. We used the Stylish Shaped Circle. And I think that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this cute project. I'm standing one up and putting one down. Please share my video. I'd appreciate that. And also, if you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer those for you. And thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate you always joining my live. I am live on Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you missed any of the videos from earlier in this week, you can catch them on my channel. I will also have a playlist starting tomorrow for this week's fall 3D projects. Thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate you so much. And thanks for hitting that thumbs up and sharing my videos and subscribing. You guys are awesome. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!